Hello everyone, I'm just waiting for a few people to jump on before I start speaking. We've got a lovely sunset though. Again. Hi Maria. Hi Mum. And hi Michael. So today we're at the battle site of Heavenfield. There was a big battle fought here and I will show you and tell you a bit about that later. We're also just next to the route of Hadrian's Wall path. So we've just driven along the military road there. So we're along Hadrian's Wall path. So a lot of around here was Hadrian's Wall and we've passed all of the Roman forts. It's absolutely amazing. Hiya Louise. Look at the sun there. It's amazing. And we've got Mark with us today. And a tractor. Guys, everyone say hello to the tractor. Hiya, James. So, Heavenfield battle site today. And I've got, again, my history book. I've been researching. I've got all of my history to tell you about. There's a few people walking their dogs. So just before we go past, I'm waiting for them to pass as well. Look at that sunset. So this cross marks the spot of Heavenfield battle site. Now we've just driven through Chollerford. And I don't know whether any of you know Chollerford, but I'll show you a little picture. So Chollerford, it's a village 4 miles outside of Hexham and it's right next to Chester's Roman Fort. So if you know about Chester's Roman Fort, that's right next to Chollerford. I've got a little old map and I've also written just on top of there so you can see the reference. So if anybody wants the reference, but there's the old map and you can see Chollerford sort of in the middle there. And then you've also got the Roman wall and a lot of the Roman stuff around there. That's Chollerford and this is right next to where we are. So, there's also a lovely little church up there as well. And a few people, so we'll... Can you get over here? Can you open this? Well, I've got Mark trying to open the... Open the gate. Yes. We've only just arrived, guys, as well. So, this is Heavenfield battle site. It was a fight with the Welsh. And there was a Welsh defeat on this site, but I'll get to that in a second. This battle was thought to have taken place in 633 or 634, although we're uncertain. The Northumbrian army was under Oswald of Bernicia. The Welsh army was under Cadwallon. I'm sorry if I'm spelling anything. Oh my god, a drone! They've got a drone, it's cool. There must be, those people over there's got a drone, so there must be filming the sunset. Got a lot of wildlife out here as well. There's a few sheep over there. But anyway, the battle has been referred to as Bellum Canscal, or also the Battle of Dennisburner near Heavenfield, which I think has turned into what it's called now. If you hear that noise, it's just a drone in the air, so don't worry about that. But there was an alliance between Cadwallon and King Penda of Mercia, and that led to the Battle of the Christian King. Essentially, he was a Christian king, and there was also a pagan king, and they became allies. Because they were allies, this led to this battle. There was a previous battle that took place in Doncaster, or near Doncaster, at Hatfield Chase on the 12th of October 633, where the invading Welsh and Mercians killed the Northumbrians. So King Edwin was that Northumbria was split into two. So it was King Edwin, and there was Bernicia and Deira. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing anything wrong. But Infrith became king of Bernicia, and Osric was ruler of Deira. During peace discussions, Cadwallon actually killed Infrith of Bernicia, and Osric, who was his cousin, was killed by Cadwallon trying to besiege these. So he was trying to besiege him. Yeah, he was trying to besiege him and it didn't overly work. He ended up dead, unfortunately. So King Oswald had the threat. Of Cadwallon on his back, so he raised an army that fought on this battlefield. So during the battle, the Welsh army advanced northwards from York alongside of Deer Street, which was the old Roman road. And I'm sure Deer Street even actually went up towards the Antonine Wall, so it went as far as that at some point. But Oswald, who may have had help from the Scots at this point, took up defence beside the Roman wall. So Oswald decided he was going to take up defence along the Roman wall. So Oswald said, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my defence along the Roman wall and also by Brady's Crag. And what happened was, he thought, right, I'll position my army here. So the Welsh, who outnumbered Oswald, by the way, they were trapped. And they were flanked. They couldn't get anywhere. So they were stuck. And unfortunately, because he was in the middle of the wall and the crag, unfortunately for the Welsh, they didn't all quite make it. The story goes that the night before the battle, Oswald apparently had a vision of St Columbia, where the saint foretold Oswald would be victorious. So he said that he would be victorious. He had a vision that he was victorious, and he was, and he ended up winning that war. Unfortunately, a lot of people would have died on this field. As it is a battle site, a lot of people would have died. And I have a feeling we're going to get a bit of activity tonight. I know we've got a lot of wildlife, but I do think we're going to get a lot of activity. Do you, Mark?
Weird. It's a weird feeling.
It's got a lovely church. I'm going to show you this. Look at this lovely church. Diane says that grandma's Welsh. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing anything wrong. Yeah, so anybody who does have Welsh descent, I apologise if I am butchering anything. But yeah, during the battle, the Welsh army advanced northwards from York, which would have been called Eboracum in the Roman times. Oswald's army faced east, its flanks shielded by Brady's Crag and the wall to the south. So Oswald raised a cross and he prayed for him and his troops. The Welsh were greater in numbers and they had attacked from the east along the narrow front between the wall and Brady's Crag. The Welsh became hemmed in and unable to outflank the Northumbrians. The Welsh fled, and many of them were cut down as they fled. Cadwallon, he was caught about 16 kilometres south of Heavenfield, and he was killed at a place not far from here, which is now named Rowley's Burn, and it actually joins at the Devil's Water. So it was likely that there was many losses of the Welsh, and the losses were substantial. And after this battle, Oswald reunited Deira with Bernicia, and he became king of all Northumbria. So it's said that Oswald restored Christianity to Northumbria. So this battlefield is said to have restored Christianity to the whole of Northumbria. There we are. And also, if anybody is interested, today also marks the anniversary of another battle which was close by. We're not on that battlefield tonight, but it is very close, and a lot of that would have sort of tailed with here. So today actually marks the battle of part of the War of the Roses, which is the Battle of Hexham. So if you Google when the Battle of Hexham was, 15th of May, and that was in 1464, so quite a long time after this battle on this field. But the Battle of Hexham marked the end of a significant Lancastrian resistance in the north of England and during the early parts of Edward IV's reign. So if you're interested in that, and I will tell you a little bit more about that later, but I think we should go and have a look at the church. I'm going to turn the camera around. So yeah, it is. It's freezing, guys. It's absolutely freezing. Lot of livestock. We're right next to a lot of Hadrian's Wall as well. So I don't know if anybody watched my walk around Newcastle where I was telling you about the Mile Castles. Now, a lot of people, they're in Roman times, there would have been Mile Castles, and essentially, you know, the Mile Castle pub in Newcastle, that was named after an actual Roman Mile Castle. So every mile along the Roman wall, there would have been something called a Mile Castle. So Mile Castle number 26 is just by Plane-Trees, and I think I'm saying that right. Plane-Trees Roman Wall, which is just down the road there. But every mile, so every Roman mile, which was about 1,000 paces if I remember rightly, I'm not 100% sure, but every Roman mile there was a Mile Castle, and that was to keep out the barbarians. So all the barbarians, it was to keep them out. And we are right next to Hadrian's Wall, so we've actually just driven past a lot of Hadrian's Wall on the way here. But I just thought it would be too good to miss coming to a battle site near Hexham when it's the anniversary of the Battle of Hexham. Sheep over here, let's go see the sheep as well. So we'll have a look in the light what it's like and where the animals are, so when we do start investigating we know where everyone is. I do apologise if the signal isn't great. I think it should be fine. It looks fine on our end, but oh look, we've got little lambs. How cute are they? No, I don't, Victoria, but if you want to Google it, feel free. I haven't looked into the church at all. I just know about the battle site. But we will have a look at the church. That cross I showed you all at the start, that was to mark the battle site. You coming, Mark? This car's going along the military road. We've driven quite far out tonight. I don't know how long we're going to be live for, but it was too interesting. I mean, there's so much history here. Literally, this field, so many deaths would have happened. And I know the Welsh, when they were trying to get away, a lot of them were killed. So, I mean, the Battle of Heavenfield, the Welsh, when they were running away, let's have a look. Many were cut down as they fled. Cadwallon, he was caught around 16 kilometres from here, south of Heavenfield, and killed at a place called Dennisbrunna, Brook of Denisius, which is Rowley's He was killed there, but it was likely that a lot of the Welsh people lost their lives, and it was a substantial loss. After this battle was when everything was reunited in Northumbria. So it's majorly important. And you would never think it if you're driving past, would you? You would never think it if you're driving past. You'd maybe see the church, but you would never think this is a site where many, many people would have lost their lives.
I mean, not unless you knew specific about the cross.
Yeah.
If you knew about the cross, then obviously that's where it would be. more significant to know that there is a battle site here. But unfortunately the cross isn't exactly here to read.
Here we go. So here's the church, and there's a graveyard as well, so we'll have a little look around here. Come in. It's beautiful, isn't it? Built on a battle site. So this is actually, it's a lovely little church, but it's actually got a little bit of a creepy vibe to it, don't you think?
It really does, yes.
It's got a really creepy vibe to it. And it's just mad to think that along here was the whole of Hadrian's Wall as well. So not only was the battle site, so Hadrian's Wall was built in the year 123. A lot of these battles were maybe 500 years later, which in retrospect isn't that long ago. Have a look at this. So this is what I was showing you before. There's Choladen. There's Choladen, where I was showing you on the thing. Then you've got the Hadrian's Wall Military Road. How cute are they? So yeah, this is the little church. We will go back to the battle site. I just thought I'd show you the church as well, because it's really lovely. What do you all think? We've got all the equipment to investigate. And I mean, I just think it's mad that the Battle of Hexham as well, 15th of May, happened this date many years back, and I've got all the information about that, so I will tell you all later. 557 years ago. 557 years ago today, the Battle of Hexham, which isn't too far away. And it ended up with the losing side running, and they were running along to pass through what's called Devil's Water. Now, a lot of them actually died trying to get past Devil's Water, so they either drowned going across Devil's Water, or died trying to get up the other side, which is really sad. But a lot of people died today, that many years back. And then Erie battle site. And you just wouldn't think that people would have been preparing for battle. They would have had, you would have had people praying, knowing that they could possibly lose their lives, and come in suited, armour, whatever they could, ready for a battle on this field. So with the Hexham one, it was part of the War of the Roses, but this one was sort of like isolated battles. It was like territory. They all wanted to reclaim their kingdoms. It's quite a big field. There we go. Not only have we got this Battle of Heavenfield site as well, but we've also, just down the road, I mean, we've driven past it, was Chester's Roman fort. So, Chester's Roman fort would have been called Salernum, I think it's pronounced. And that was built in the year 123, which is 123, which is just after the completion of Hadrian's Wall. This is supposed to have been the best preserved Roman cavalry fort throughout the whole of Hadrian's Wall. And it would have been there would have been a bridge across the river as well, because we're just next to the River Tyne. And quite far down, but I mean, it was really, all of the Roman stuff is down this road. If you go down this road, you pass all of the wall, loads of forts, mile castles, turrets, everything down here. Chester's Roman fort, Salernum, would have been to protect from the barbarian raids and across the wall, and later given to the infantry. There's 4 large Roman columns that were apparently believed to have been from Salernum that can be seen supporting the south aisles of the Church of Giles in Cholaton. So if you actually go to the church in Cholaton, you can apparently see the 4 Roman columns. But Mile Castle 26, which is next to Plane Trees, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong again, there's no visible traces of this Mile Castle remain. However, there are the remains of the wall and of Brunton Turret, which is turret 26A. This was thought to have been constructed by the Roman legions based in Eboracum, so a lot of the Roman stuff around here is supposed to have been built by Roman legions from Eboracum in York. And Plane Trees is the name of the Roman wall that's left in this site, so this actual site is where the Plane Trees Roman fort is, which is just 5 minutes down the road. And no, James, I don't know any of the names of people who died here, because it's a long time ago, these walls, so it's documented. You can read a lot of it in a lot of the references are from Bede. So you can get a lot of references, but it won't be specific as to who died. The people I do know who died, though, are, people who were against Oswald. So there were a lot of people who were against Oswald that were killed. A lot of the Welsh army died here. I don't know the names. I just know they're part of the Welsh army. Should we set out some of the equipment, Mark? There is a really creepy vibe, guys, and I don't know whether it's because we're talking about the battle, but there is a vibe.
When you were in the church and going on the side, I moved off to the roof because I could have sworn someone, it just feels like someone down here.
If anybody sees anything, guys, send us some screenshots or post it in our Paranormal Newcastle group. If you're not part of the group, join our Paranormal Newcastle group, just so we can see what you're seeing or what your thoughts are as well. If you want, put the equipment down and we'll just see what, if anything, sort of triggers and what we get. It might be that we get absolutely nothing, but I feel like this is going to be quite an active site for what we're getting. It just turns on. So we've got a radiation detector here. And then we've got the K2 as well. So here's the live video. The live video will react with the K2, but if we're far enough away, it won't. So, yeah, from here it shouldn't be reacting, really, should it? We've also found the ball, the flashy ball. So we've got that. Yeah, Lou, I think the vibe will change when it gets darker. So I've got the flashy ball there. I'm trying not to lose things. I'm going to have to... There, that is. That is on. So if we move it, it'll flash. I'll let you know if that goes off. Set out the REM pods as well. Got the static meter. So it'll pick up static fields, this. So if it goes green, it's picking up a positive static field, and if it goes red, it's picking up a negative static field. At the minute, it's not picking up anything. Mark set up the K2 over there.
It is sitting on one button. I've just had a spike there.
That should make a noise as well, so we will hear that. It's bizarre. Gonna put some REM pods out as well. That's me. Sorry guys. I'm hoping that doesn't fall over. Gonna get the absolute fright of my life if that falls over. So I've got a REM pod set up there. If anybody goes towards that, or if anything goes towards that, or if it falls over, it'll make a noise. It's probably not best to get the Gauss meter out, I don't think. Got the other REM pods. It's quite hard to stand the REM pods up. Hiya, Gary.
That one's going to work or not.
Oh yeah, this one does.
Does this
It's
right?
the other one. I've taken it out.
No, thank God for that.
Yeah, there was another REM pod that was a bit broken, so I've taken it out. I didn't use it last week either, by the way, guys. So there's that one set up. There we go. So if you go towards it, it'll make a noise. Like that. 2 seconds, guys. Two seconds. Hopefully we pick something up. Sorry about the camera there, guys. Hopefully we do pick something up soon. It is going to get dark very soon as well. We might send Mark over to the church on his own. See what he picks up in the dark. Do you fancy it? We're going to have to remember where the flashy ball is that I just put down now. Can't find.
It's right there.
Yep, it's right there. Right there. Mark's good. As long as he can find it, that's all good.
Why is it always me that has to find things?
Well, you found it. James says he's getting vibes of monks. I don't know sort of religiously what would have been over here. Interestingly, further down the road, which I'll not go into right now, but interestingly further down the road, there is something that could be... it wouldn't be monks, but there is something sort of close to that. If there's anybody on this battle site tonight... Oh, there, look, the flashy ball. Wait, 2 seconds, guys. It went off. I didn't have it on the camera, but that went off. I mean, it's not moving. We're in the middle of the battlefield. If there is any spirit here, or if you did die on this battlefield, come towards us. Make yourself be known. Hi, Luke. I don't know how old the church is. You might have to Google that. I don't have a clue about the church. I just know about the battlefield. I think it's probably St Oswalds. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling the church is called St Oswalds.
I have a scout round when I go there.
I didn't look up the church just because I didn't realise sort of how close the church was. I didn't look it up. I was just looking up the battlefield and the history of the battlefield. If you were a Welsh part of the Welsh army and you came here expecting victory and you're high in numbers, and you weren't victorious, come towards us.
You mean you no harm? We're just intrigued about what happened here all these years ago. Got various items on the ground. Please go near them. They will interact with you. Just let us know you're here.
Hi, Dot. We're at Heavenfield battle site.
Bit too spiky red there, but just for a brief second.
If anybody catches anything, let us know. And guys, if you can, share this out. Share it around just so we have more of you commenting, seeing things, letting us know if you see anything. It's really important to us. So if you can share this out, it would mean a lot to us. We've got Mark tonight, Dot. I think it's going to get really eerie. It's about to get dark. We've just seen the sun setting, so... Spirit, if you died here, come towards us. If you come towards one of these things on the floor... If you come towards one of these things on the floor, we'll know you're there. Maybe you were part of the winning army. Were you part of St Oswalds' army, but you didn't get a chance? Thanks, guys, for sharing. Were you part of St Oswald's army and died? You would have been victorious, but you never left this site. Come towards us. The REM pod's just gone off. Come towards us. Come towards that blue light on the floor again. There. If you go more towards that, it'll go louder. I don't know whether you can all hear this, guys, but the REM pod's going off. Spirit, is that you? Were you part of the winning side? Were you part of Oswald's army? Make that noise again. Come towards the REM pod again. You've seen that it makes a noise. When it gets darker, I'm going to send Mark around the church, see if he gets anything. If you do get anything when you're around there, shout and we'll come over. But there, look, REM pod. I've walked away and it's going off.
Yeah.
So I've just turned my back on the REM pod, guys, and it's just went off again. There. I'm just going to turn my back on it again. There, it's going off more. So when I'm turning... There.
Yeah, that's...
Every time I turn my head away, it goes off louder.
And there's nothing in that vicinity that would be setting that up.
Dot says she can hear it.
Yeah, it's...
There's nothing that should be setting it off, and I'm telling you, I've tested it. I've left it in my home and it's not gone off. So I've had it on in my home and it's not gone off. But as soon as I've put it out here, I think spirits who died on the battle site are interested to come and see us. Was that you, Spirit? Did you die on this battle site?
Okay, you know this sounds daft. Put the ball near there and see if it will interact with that ball.
Can I give you this for a second? I'm just giving Mark the live.
The flashy one, yeah. This might go off, guys, because Katie's going next to it.
Goes off more when it's in the back.
Mm-hmm. Can you interact with the flashy ball or the other infrared sensor? Just let us know you're here.
Come towards any of the black boxes on the floor. Just out of curiosity, what I'm going to do is actually move this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to keep that one there. And I'm going to move this one. I'm going to move it further away from it. Got another one. Crack that out. There we go. All the REM pods are out. It's pretty chilly. I'm actually just going to get a rough temperature read. Surely that's not right. So it's 2 degrees.
Wouldn't put it past it.
Apparently that wall's 3 degrees.
And it says...
I'm 15, 16. I've fallen over. Because this is on the grass, guys, it's not very sturdy. So they will fall over.
And I'll give you that back because it's hurting my hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Dot, it is pretty eerie. It's really eerie. So apparently, Oswald was King Oswald was actually aided by the Scots. So apparently he was aided by the Scots. So it was potential that a few Scots died here as well. Oswald was the winning army, but wow, it's just mad to think how many people died on this field. And they can't give you exact amounts because it was before they kept like exact records of these things.
I mean, there's a lot of people said, oh, there was a few 100,000, but it's like there's just no exact figure of how many actually died on this site. I mean, to think about, you know, we're in the middle of the Northumberland Moors, and it's, you know, it's just, we have such incredible history in the northeast of England, and it's absolutely incredible to think that, you know, this was probably a really bloody battle site.
Well, yeah. Well, this is what brought. It's quoted that this battle site is what brought and made Christianity a main religion in Northumbria. Because if the other side have won, it wouldn't necessarily have been Christianity. It might have been the case that we would have been pagans. Yeah, blood-soaked soil dart.
But it's weird, the red pot over there never went off.
Yeah. So the REM pod's now over there. It's not going off. So it was as if there was something there. James, there could have been animals killed in battle. There's a lot of animals around here, so I would have assumed that potentially there would have been then, but I don't really know. It depends about livestock and that. Yeah. They would have had to have farms and that around to sort of keep themselves going.
Yeah, I mean, I know there was a lot of livestock in the Vallum.
Yeah.
In certain Vallums there was a lot of livestock because that was documented. But as regards wild animals in the field, you know, who knows? You know.
What was that bang? Somebody over there?
Oh, it happened before as well. I think there's a farmhouse somewhere just up there.
There might be a farmhouse or something up there, guys, because we just heard a really loud bang from across there. I can't see anyone, but that doesn't mean to say that there's nobody there. Sounded like a gate crashing.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought I heard over there before, but I wasn't sure.
I don't know how long we're staying at it either, till we freeze. Until we freeze, or if we're getting stuff. I mean, what time is it now?
We're at 10 to 10.
Is it already?
Yeah.
Already 10 to 10? Yeah. Wow. We're going to have to... Bloody hell, it's 9:45. We're going to have to get the flash on the camera soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're hoping to stay as late as possible, really. We might have to, because it will get cold. It'll get dark and it'll get cold. And I'm also going to be driving... Oh. I think Mark's seen something. What have you seen? I think Mark's just seen a dark figure, guys. We'll follow him. I know. Old battle site, and we're out at night. I don't know whether I'm more brave for driving along the military road with things like that, or investigating a battle site. Mark's just seen something though. He's off. Just left all the REM pods and everything over there, so we might hear something if it goes off. Where did you see it, Mark? Oh, wonderful. Right here. Right where I am. I've got the torch on. I don't know whether that's any better, but Mark's just seen a dark figure. Like, sorry, I keep putting this up the wrong way. Mark's just seen a dark figure here, sort of going to the church. But that's what we just heard.
Yeah.
But it sounded like it was from over there,
Yeah,
but
that's, I heard that, and then I looked and saw the figure dart off that way, but there was nobody come towards the gate, and we're the only ones that's in the field.
yeah, well, I mean, that's my car there. And that's the only... Because did anybody else hear the big gate crash? Like the sound of the gate crash? Because that's that sound.
And that's what we heard. That was weird.
That is weird.
But it was literally... I don't know from the angle we were, was it behind the gate?
It would make sense for the sound to echo around.
Yeah.
Because of where we are, it would make sense for the sound to be echoing. Because it's an open space, so sound does echo. Unless I'm just being stupid.
No, it was a distinctive, like...
It was that sound.
It was that sound, but again, is there a gate over there that we don't know about? Because I thought it came
From over there. But that's the sound.
Well, that was the sound we heard.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Lou. We're gonna need to watch it back.
Can you do us a favour? Go
Yeah.
across where we were.
Yeah.
I'm gonna basically make this sound.
Right, okay, yeah. We'll go try and recreate it. Mark's gonna make the sound and I'm gonna go back over here and we're gonna see where it sounds like the sound's coming from. Sound testing on Heavenfield battle site. Right, I'm here. Sounds like it's over there. Actually, no. Do it again? Yeah. It does sound like it's over where you are. No, it didn't sound like it echoed. When I tilted my head the other way, I'll turn this around. When I had my head like pointing that way, like towards this farm thing, I felt like it hit. Oh, lots of cars. I felt like I heard it more sound like it was over there, but it wasn't enough to say that we would have both heard it and thought. It is.
Yeah, you see, I was here.
Turn it around for you to see more. Well, if you want to hold the live, I'll show you what it sounds like. Sorry.
I can't see.
I'll show you what it sounds like.
Yeah. I'll stand the way I was before when we heard it, so that... Yeah, guys, we're just going to see Katie's heading off. Katie's just off having a look at that. She's going to do recreate what we had the sound of. But yeah, as I said before, it sounded as though it was over there, sort of like to where I'm showing, and I looked to my right and saw a shadow. Try it again. Yeah, it's definitely over there, not over there. No bother. There's keys off to have a look around the church. As I said, it's getting darker down here now, and it is getting quite eerie at this point. But yeah, I was intrigued to know what that shadow was, because when I got over there, obviously there was nothing there, but it looked like it was behind the actual gate, so it was actually looking over the wall. But from the angle I was at, it was difficult to see if it was actually in front of the gate or behind the gate. If that was you that I saw, when I come across here and have a look at these lovely items we've got on the floor, that see if they can make them move. You saw 2 lots of mist there, Barbara. Whereabouts was that? Was that in front where it was standing or across to the right? I'll try breathing, 1 sec. Don't know if you saw that or not. And I must admit, I can't see my breath, but it might actually show up.
I think it's going to get absolutely pitch black up here.
Yeah, it is. Have you only got the 1 torch as well?
Yeah.
Damn.
Got your phone torch.
That's not that good though. I should have brought me thing with us. But,
I never think about torches, guys, until I'm here.
to be fair, I don't like using torches on investigations anyway. But when we're in this field, it's a bit uneven.
If anyone's seeing mist, I mean, it could be my breath.
Yeah, because I was thinking, because I tried breathing there.
Let's have a look. Can anyone see?
See it really.
I mean, I can see it on my glasses, but I can't see it on. No, I can't see it on the live.
Oh, blind.
Sorry, I'm blind and Mark. I don't know, I can't see it on the live if I'm breathing. Just in my glasses. It is literally going to get pitch black though, like. And it's going to get freezing, it's going to get dark, but it's fine. Just live from the battle site where loads of people died. King Oswald was victorious. Not for long though, I think he died about 8 years later, but we'll skip over that part. I think he got overthrown about 8 years later by his brother. But I don't know. We'll have to look that one up.
Give me that torch. I'm gonna have a wander in the church. No,
Yeah.
the torch.
Oh, the torch.
I'm gonna have a wander in the.
What torch?
I thought you said you had a little torch with you.
No, I said I've got me. But you can have a wander.
No, I'll just take it.
We'll send Mark over to the graveyard on his own to see where the black shadow went. Dot says lie on the ground and feel the energy. No, but realistically you can feel the energy. I'm going to show you all. I'm going to walk back here whilst you're going into the...
Yeah, I'm gonna have a wander in.
Right, I'll show you all this before it gets too dark. So I'll show you all the cross. We're leaving Mark on his own. Shout if you get anything. If Mark gets anything, he'll be commenting on the live. Right, okay. Mark's going to take the K2 into the church. If he sees anything, he'll comment on the live. But also shout, because I'll bring the live over. Actually, no, he'll comment on the live and I'll see it, won't I? I know, poor Mark. Have fun in the church on your own. He's shouting, I will. So what I'm going to show you is just the information board and also the cross that marks the battle site. So I'll show you all this before it gets too dark because the sun's still going down. Yeah, Lou, it should still have battery on it. It's all the way up there, but I should have the EVP, yeah. We got something really weird on the EVP last week, so I'll need to look at that again. I've been so busy. I've been working 10-hour shifts Monday to Friday and then been working 9 till 6 today. So sorry it was a little bit rushed today getting on. Look at that. How amazing does that look? And there's Mark with his torch. There's Mark with his torch on his way to the church on his own. Right. Do you know what I'm petrified about driving home? Has anybody ever driven on the military road before? It's the most bumpy road ever. My grandma's probably going to kill us for driving out here this late at night. The building with the lights on it's probably just like somebody's house, I would assume. There's Mark just going into there. So we're just getting to the cross. And this is also where Hadrian's wall walk is and wall path. So, I mean, it's every potential that along here... My grandma's commenting, yes, I'm going to kill you. There's every potential along here. There's going to be activity that isn't even linked to the battle site and it's linked to the Romans. Like, a lot goes on. Let's get the chain off the locked foot in. Being silly, how do I get out? There will be a way out, guys, just let us work it out. Mark worked it out. I'm not that trying to work out how to get out of the damn thing. Taking the chain off it. I'm stuck. Am I being silly, guys? How do I get out of there? It's stuck. This isn't the bit. Right, I'm stuck. Great, everyone, I'm stuck. Gonna have to climb over the thing now, aren't I? Because we got in here, so I don't know how we can't get out. Oh, wait. Oh, have I got it? I've got it! Wait. That's probably the longest anyone's ever seen on a live stream, Kaylee trying to get out of a gate. I don't. It doesn't beat when I couldn't get up on the mausoleum at St Delver Hall Mausoleum. It doesn't beat when I couldn't get up the thing there. That took a lot, but there we go. I've escaped the gate. Great. So here's the cross that marks the battle site. So if you're driving along, you've got the cross. I think there's a little bit of information here too, but it's really hard to read. And then I'll show you the little information board as well. Now I've actually managed to get out of the gate. I mean, if I can't even get out of a public footpath, come on. Great. So there we go. Heavenfield battlefield. There we go. So this is Oswald. Here he is. And it says Oswald was the son of Ethelfrith, and he was the king of Bernicia, and he was born around 605 AD. Ethelfrith's wife, Acca, was born, it was part of the royal family, neighbouring the kingdom of Deira, which allowed him to rule both areas in joint kingdom known as Northumbria. That is eastern England and north of the Humber. Ethelfrith was killed by Acca's brother Edwin in 616, and Acca and Oswald fled to Dalriada, what is now Scotland. While he was there, Oswald was converted to Christianity by monks from the island of, I think it's Iona, but I could be wrong. I know, I'll close the gate on my way back in. Meanwhile, Edwin's reign brought peace and prosperity to Northumbria. And he expanded his area of power westwards. However, in 633, he was killed in battle against Cadwallon, king of Gwynedd and Penda of Mercia. For a while, Oswald's stepbrother... Oh, I'm really struggling with these pronunciations. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. Eanfrith was king, but he too was killed by Cadwallon, who took a terrible revenge for the defeats of his people in earlier years. Oswald has returned from Bernicia from exile when Edwin was slain, and it was then that Oswald marched south with a small army to Heavenfield to confront Cadwallon. Did anybody just hear that bang? I've just heard like that. The board's making noises, guys. Let's have a look. The Battle of Heavenfield took place in about 634. In those days, Hadrian's Wall was probably largely intact, and at this spot could have been 20 feet high and 10 feet wide. The night before the battle, Oswald and his men were stationed here and built and erected a large wooden cross on the high ground and prayed to God for success in their fight. Not much is known about the actual battle, but it is thought that Cadwallon had far superior forces and that he was fairly complacent about the victory. In that event, Oswald's men fighting for Northumbria and charged with religious fervour proved to be considerably stronger than Cadwallon's. It isn't clear from historical records where the battle took place, but tradition has it that a large number of skulls and swords and hilts have been uncovered in a field known as Mouldsfield, close where the site of this road, and it is thought that Cadwallon himself was killed in the banks of Rowley Burn, which is 7 miles south from here, and that's where I was talking about Devil's Water, if you remember earlier. This is the church that's just over there. You've also got, it says, monks from the abbey at Hexham had annual pilgrimage to Heavenfield. Oh yeah, so there is monks. Monks from the abbey at Hexham had annual pilgrimage to Heavenfield, and to the wooden cross. Splinters of wood from the cross were believed to cause miracles, and the site became so popular that a small church was built here in late 7th century. The present St Oswalds church is probably the third on the site, and it was built around the 18th century. So there's been 2 previous churches on that site. So this is the 3rd church on that site, but there was 2 previously, and there was annual pilgrimages to here, guys. So an annual pilgrimage from Hexham to Heavenfield is still held on or around St Oswalds Day on the 5th of August. A large wooden cross is now standing on Heavenfield and was erected by a group of local people in 1927, replacing the stone cross that had stood here until 1807. The stone cross, used as a Roman altar, had space around the altar, which is now seen at St Oswald's Church. Yes, that's really interesting, guys. So this is like a pilgrimage spot as well, which I didn't know. I've been looking into it a bit, but obviously I didn't look at the church. I was just looking at the site and the battle. But that's really interesting as well. The wall would have been that high here. Like at that point in time, 20 feet high and 10 feet wide, the wall would have been on this site. How dark is it getting now? We'll go see how Mark is, because I feel like we've abandoned him. There's a dog. Yeah, we've abandoned Mark. We'll go back, see if he's caught anything. Close the gate, guys. I know, I've got to go back and tell Mark. You have to remind me best bits of what I've just read out. You know, we arrived here because I've come straight from work, so we literally arrived. I stopped somewhere to get some food, so I'd actually eaten before here, so I haven't even had a chance. We arrived here, it was like 3 minutes before the live, and I went live at 9 o'clock for you. So we've literally just arrived, gone live, and investigating now. So what you're seeing now is also our first impressions, which is really good. See what Mark is. So not only are we the site of the battle, which I think the battle site as well, there would have been a lot of different places where people would have been killed, so it's all around here. But not only that, I've shown how incredibly unfit I am, panting, going up the hill. First I can't get out of a gate, now I'm panting going up the hill. Good start, guys, it's a good start. I know it's really creepy, but I can't believe there's been 2 previous churches on this site. So everyone's asking how old the church was, and I didn't know. And this one's 18th century, but out of breath, we're getting there. This one's 18th century, but there's 2 previous. We're on a pilgrimage site, so... And Hadrian's Wall on this site would have been 20 feet high and 10 feet wide, which was amazing, and that's what Oswald used for his benefit during the war and the battle. You alright, Mark? Don't know where he is, he didn't reply. Hopefully he's fine. Watch him frighten the life out of us. What you see when you watch our investigations, guys, is exactly what you get. We'll not make anything up. What you see is what you get. So if it's a quiet night, it's a quiet night. If it's lots of activity, there's lots of activity, but you'll see exactly what we see. Mark? Where is he? I have a feeling we're going to get stuff tonight, you know. I also have a feeling he's going to jump out at us. I'm petrified, man. Mark! That sheep's just scared the life out of us. Where is he? Mark! Bloody hell. Thought you were going to creep out at us. Yes. I found Mark, guys. Huh? Has it?
I was over there and doing a call out, and I saw the K2 going up. I did my spirit box on my phone, and I got Craig, and I got Jim.
Do you know what? We've just went and read the sign, and I was explaining to everyone that we've only just arrived.
Yeah.
So we've had about 3 minutes from us arriving to us click and go live.
Yeah,
The sign at the front literally says that this church is the 3rd church to be built on this site, and this is a pilgrimage site.
ooh, hairs have just gone up the back of my neck.
And you know how people were commenting about monks?
Yeah.
Like, they're literally, there's reference to monks coming here.
That's creepy. Remind you of this church. I mean, I walked past it before, and it was sending like cold shivers up and down my back. The windows are weird, really eerie.
Yeah, actually, the windows are. See if I can find them.
Round the phone.
Do you know, I was coming across and I thought you were going to jump out at us, right? And I was like, bark, bark. And then the sheep went burr, and I was like, ah!
Well, I heard the shout, and I put on the live stream around the back of the church.
Oh, I didn't see him.
You must
I didn't see him comment. That's my fault.
I heard you. I think you shouted ages ago.
I know, because he has me going, Mark, Mark. Right, we're around the side. Let's have a look. He's shouting shut up to the sheep now. Right, so these are the creepy windows. They are creepy windows. What do you think? I think the mist must be my breath, because it's when I'm speaking that I'm seeing it. So it must be because it's darker that we can see it. Do you know what's really weird? My gimbal's just showing that it's low battery.
It's what?
My gimbal's just showing that it's low battery, but it shouldn't be low battery.
Is it just fully charged?
It's fully charged. It's flashing red. Guys, do you know what's really weird? So, the gimbal that I've just bought, which is essentially what I'm holding the live with, I used this last week, fully charged, absolutely fine. I've used it the week before. What have you seen? I used my gimbal the week before and it was absolutely fine, and I can't show you because it's on the live. It'll probably die soon. Like, it's flashing red. It's as if something's drained the battery. Mark, something's drained the battery on it. Oh no! Look at it flashing. It's gone. It's died. So that shouldn't have died, guys. This is supposed to have 15 hours of battery life, by the way.
As you were saying that, I could have sworn somebody sat down there.
Mark thinks that somebody sat down on there. I'm just so weirded out by that. It's literally just died, and I've not turned it on. I had it charging all day.
See, I was standing there looking that way. Something went past us as you were mentioning that, and I just could have sworn I heard that bench creak.
So, what I find weird, by the way, I don't know whether this is going to die again, but I've just turned it back on and it's fine. But it's literally just, oh, sheeps. So this, right, I'm holding it now and it's fine, but I mean, you watched the live last week and it didn't die. You watched the one the week before and it didn't die. It's supposed to have 15 hours of battery life. And it's just died on us. And I had it charging all day. What?
Bats.
Oh, bats.
2 of them.
I got some bats.
Where they go? Where they go? Now that's creepy, having bats in a churchyard.
I think the mist is going to be me. Luke, I will do the EVP, but it's like, it's like with all the other stuff, so I'm gonna have to go get it.
So I'll nip round and grab it for you.
Mark's gonna go grab it.
Where is it?
It should be in the bag somewhere. Mark's leaving us in the creepy churchyard.
Enjoy. I promise I won't scare you when I come back.
I know, please don't. I was coming around the corner thinking he was going to be jumping out at us. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look in the creepy churchyard. Alone in the creepy churchyard. Now, me gimbal, it just died before. You seen me phone fall? Look what's working and what my phone's in now. Oh, look at the eyes. Look at all those reflective eyes. How creepy is that? Someone take a screenshot for me of all the creepy eyes. Oh my god. Hello, sheeps. I think I can hear one of them having a pee. Beautiful. Do I feel safer with all the sheep with the creepy eyes? Or do I feel safer... Oh! What spooked them? They're all running away. Something's just spooked the sheep, guys. They've all just ran. So they were all just sat there, lying there. Because we were looking at the eyes and now they've all just ran. I can see the bats too. There's a bat. There's bats swooping about. The sheep are all running away. What did they all run away from? Because they all literally spooked. And I mean, it's not me, because I'm stood here now and they're not running away. It's so weird. Also, guys, if it's going to be dark for you, you're going to see just about what we're going to see, so... If it's dark for you, you're seeing what I'm seeing, so... Don't... Oh, I need to buy a better torch. I'll note it for next time. Buy a better torch. We were going to do a part 2 elsewhere, but I actually think this bit is worth part 1 and part 2 because we've got the battle site, but we've also got the churchyard and pilgrimages and everything. I can't believe they all ran off. Where's Mark? Yeah, that mist is definitely me. Look, watch, I'll breathe out my nose. Yeah, that mist there is definitely me. Mark? So I was just looking at the sheep, right? And all the sheep, all their eyes were reflecting funny. So I was asking somebody to do a screenshot just so I could see the eyes. And all of a sudden, all the sheep literally just got up and ran. I've seen the bats before, but all the sheep just got up and ran. And I mean, that says something, doesn't it, when all the sheep are running? Hey, I've got EVP. Sorry, blind and Mark. Okay. But explain to me how this is now working, because it's literally just died.
Well, as I said to you,
Around there.
that all happened, and there was something shot past me. The same time you had.
We've got all the equipment around there, but what I'm thinking is it not worth picking it up and bringing it through here, or should we leave it and go back for it? Because I feel like we're getting a lot more through here than we are on the field.
Could do.
We'll leave it there for now, and then we'll go back for it in a bit, because I feel like we're getting a lot more through here. Whatever you think as well, comment what you want us to do. If you think we should bring the equipment through here, let us know. Or if you want us to investigate the field as well, let us know. Yeah?
Dark shadows just went across there.
I think there's it feels like there's something watching us. But do you know what I find weird? That even the animals just picked up on it.
It's walked across there.
I'm getting a strong feeling like I'm being washed. Washed?
Washed.
Washed? Watched. I'm not feeling like I'm being washed. Watched. Oh, I've just got shivers up my spine. And people call that standing on your grave. Well, I'm standing on someone's grave.
Something not nice here, mind.
I'm not getting good vibes either. No, I'm really not getting good vibes. This sounds like there's somebody...
I just saw a flash of light.
So, it just sounded like somebody was walking over here.
Right. Just gone back, I just saw a car.
Guys, Mark, I think there's something over here. I've just heard footsteps, like genuinely. Did anybody else hear those footsteps? Because pointing this way, it is so dark, guys. Sorry about that. But as I say, you're seeing what we're seeing. I mean, we might be able to see slightly more. So, I've just heard footsteps as if it's coming from over here, but I'm just checking. I mean, it could be an animal of some sort. Oh, I'm getting really bad. Getting really bad vibes. So this is like, I heard footsteps that sound exactly like me now walking over here. Mark, can you get your phone torch out here, see if it makes it any brighter?
I don't think I've got a good phone light on mine.
Can we try it? Because it's...
That's the best I can get.
Bring it over, see if it makes a difference. Because at the minute on the live, I mean, it's pitch black. Here's Mark with the... No, it feels like there's footsteps around here. Like, genuinely.
Somebody doesn't want us here.
What have you seen? I've got like cold shivers at my spine. I'm going to see if I can get the... Right, I'm going to do an EVP. Not for you. Is there anybody here with us tonight that wants to speak to us?
Yeah, we know you want to speak, so calm down.
Is that you walking past us?
Did you just hear something like that?
Yeah. I heard like a voice and then like a whistle. So I've just heard a voice, like a man's voice. Is there anybody over there? There's nobody over here. I'm going to see if I've picked up because I was recording the EVP. I'm going to go sit around here. Right. Oh, guys, it's creepy. I'm going to play this back because I heard a man's voice.
What I'm hearing is like rustling of leaves.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
isn't any leaves to
Right,
rustle.
let's listen to this back.
Is there anybody here with us tonight that wants to speak to us?
Yeah, we know you want to speak, so calm down.
Is that you walking past us?
What happened?
It just died.
No? Yeah, you can sort of hear it. Listen.
Yeah, it is like...
It's very faint, though.
Yeah, it's like a...
So there's like a whistling sound. Can you hear it?
I might be able to clear that up with this back.
Yeah, we're going to have to clear that up better later. Yeah, because you observed hearing it on the end of the...
Yeah.
We're going to have to listen to that EVP back, right?
But it was like a...
Yeah, no, it was a weird whistle. We're going to have to listen to that back. It couldn't have been a bird call or anything, could it?
No. But you see, just before that, I heard the footsteps.
Yeah, I heard like a man's voice and I thought it was going to come up on here, but it didn't. We need to...
I'm going to be honest, do you know what it sounded like? It sounded like one of your pods over there, but it was over here.
Let's go get the REM pods. Right, I think we're right. We'll go back and we'll pick everything up and we'll bring it over here because we're clearly getting more from here. I'm actually feeling unnerved, guys. Like there's something walking around. Is Mark saying something? What are you saying? So,
I don't know if it's the reflection of your camera. Yeah, it's the reflection of your camera.
what were you saying?
I could have sworn I saw a shadow, like a shadow thing out walking. It's the thing off your camera.
It's weird how dark it is as well. I can't believe the gimbal said it had died and it literally died and turned off. And now I've got it on and it's fine. Don't know how long it's going to last for, like. Oh, Mark, I talk about before when I haven't, no, but I think we're going to come back around there. Mark, can you open this damn gate? Because for trying to get out of the other one, I spent about 5 minutes trying to get out of the damn gate.
See, send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, it could be a local farmer, but I can't see any torches or anything. And there's no, I don't think there's a farm, like this field, this one isn't a farmer's field. The one around the back is, like where the sheep are, but this field itself isn't a farmer's field. There'll be people like, I don't know whether you can see, at the very, very back. There's like houses there. There might be somebody there, but that's quite far away. But like, can you see the lights? It's pitch black. I don't even think you can see the lights. But like, when we were through there, there was literally the sound of like somebody walking around on the grass. But it was inside the walls of the thing. It wasn't out here. The REM pod's going off? Just now, though? So now I've walked over, the REM pod starts going off. Were you a monk that pilgrimaged to this spot? Have you often come and pilgrimaged to this spot? Did you die on this field? Is that you that was walking around in there?
Were you a monk that pilgrimaged to this spot? Have you often come and pilgrimaged to this spot?
What was that? Must be an animal.
Did you die on this field? Is that you that was walking around in there?
So the REM pod's going off, but it hasn't been going off this whole time. It's only been going off now we've walked over to it. Just seen something, but I'm going to assume it's Mark. I think he must be over there. Because I've just seen something, but yeah, that's got to be Mark. Mark! I'm just checking where you are. I'm gonna pick up the REM pods. Guys, that's just me picking up the REM pods. We'll bring them through where we are. The static thing. The static field is showing green. I don't know whether it's really hard to see, but the static field showing green. 2 seconds, guys. There's the REM pod going off again. So the static field showing green, but it's hard to see. But up to then the REM pod's going off. The REM pod. I'm going to turn it off and bring it through and see if whatever's doing it follows, because it clearly likes the REM pod. That's me, guys. Just turn it off. See if I can find the. See if I can find the. Yeah. See if I can find the flashy ball. Which I did have loads more of, but God knows where they went. Got the flashy ball. Picked it up. It's in my pocket. It's about to be in my pocket. It's in my pocket. Right. Got the REM pod. Oh, sorry guys. Loud noises. Got the REM pod. What was that? Have I dropped something? I've dropped something. Still getting a vibe from this field, but it all feels like it's through there. Doesn't it? What? Mark says he's seen something walking in the middle of the field. I don't think it's very visible on here. I don't think we can see much, can we? We're seeing things along the field, hearing things. Hi, Nigel. It's just weird. Got the last REM pod to pick up. I think that's the last one. Wait, no. There's the radiation detector. We can't forget that. Try not to forget anything, Mark. It's pitch black now. I've got the ball, yeah. Just the last REM pod. I think that's the last. Yeah, I've got the static. I've got 2. How many REM pods have I got? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 REM pods. I've got the flashy ball. I've got the radiation.
K2's around the back.
And the K2's around the back. So I think that's everything, isn't it? Go, I've not fastened it. Right, there we are. Oh, thanks for your sharing, Nigel. Thanks everyone for sharing tonight. There's just, it feels like there's people walking around, so everywhere we are, but especially through there.
Well, when you came over here, I was like thinking, it literally felt like something was running through the churchyard. Because I was hearing like running footsteps. But I couldn't say anything, but I heard the running footsteps.
What time is it on your phone now?
We were at 11:15.
Right, okay. Let's have a walk through. I think what we're going to do... Bloody hell.
This is just so damn eerie now.
I know it's really eerie. See what we get through
Yeah,
here.
the creaking, it's this bag, it's not...
Yeah, the bag's creaky. But I think we're getting a lot more from here, which makes sense because the church, with it being somewhere where pilgrimages would have come to, like people would have come on pilgrimages.
Yes, I didn't even know about this pilgrimage thing until you mentioned it.
Yeah. Well, this area, just in general, is steeped in history. I mean, we were going to split this into 2 parts, but it's just going to be one.
Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere after this.
No, going to bed after this.
I won't be going to bed, I'll be going on the art, I'll be going on art when I get it. Oh, I take it this is Mark, would you like to open the gate?
Mark, would you like to open the gate? I'm apparently incompetent at opening gates.
No
I have
problem.
learnt this. And it is on a live video. What, in case I try and get out?
Oh no, in case it bangs and we think it's the...
There's graves under the trees. What?
I swear to God, I've just heard a faint voice. But I couldn't make out what it was. But it was a man's voice.
I heard a man's voice. I'm just going to check over here. There wouldn't be a farmer on the other end of here, would there? It's nearly 11 o'clock at night, so I highly doubt that there's going to be a farmer. Try not walk over gravestones. We'll not be on too much longer, guys, because I do need to drive back as well. This has got to be a place we come back to as well, because it's really creepy. Back for the K2. I'm going to sit on this bench.
I'm sitting on the bench.
Whoa. Sat down. This churchyard is really creepy. I know you can't see much, but... But I mean, there's nobody out here.
No.
And I mean, we are pretty much in the middle of nowhere as well. We're in the middle of the countryside. guys, like, I know you can't see us properly. This is like the worst flash, but it's genuinely, it's feeling really creepy. How are you feeling, Mark?
I'm going to say, I didn't want to say it before because I didn't make much of it.
What was that? Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm feeling a great deal of pain and suffering. What's that?
What is that? I know there's sheep over there. I'm going to go and have a look. The sound's coming from over here. Can anyone else hear that? It's like banging. But I know there's loads of sheep over here. The sheeps are gone. So what the hell's making that banging? Right, so Mark, the sheep are not where they were.
Right.
So they're not right in front of us. So I know you can't see much, guys, but you can't see the reflective eyes now. Like before you could see all the reflective eyes, the sheep are gone. Obviously you can still hear them, they're about, but they're not in front of us. Like, this is where we're just hearing those sounds from, and there's not, the sheep aren't there. So weird. So Mark's just told me to my left there's a black mass behind the gravestones. I've just heard something running. Did anybody else hear that? It sounded like something running. But I'm telling you, the sheep aren't there, so it's not the sheep running. What is going on? So I've just heard running. The sheep aren't there. Right, next time we're coming back and we're bringing a bigger torch. Guys, we'll probably go live until about 11 o'clock, right? And we'll come back sometime soon. We'll come back really soon and we'll bring a big torch. Because this thing, like, I'm hearing sounds of people walking. Did anybody else hear the sounds of people running? Because there were sounds of, like, running.
And that was literally where I saw the black mass.
And then we're seeing things everywhere. Dot says you need a massive torch.
To be honest, I like it when it's like this, but you just can't see anything.
It's, you know what, it's good for investigating, like for us, but it's just the fact that we can't see anything on the video. Bloody hell. There's footsteps everywhere. Seeing things and everything. Let's have a look. We'll get this REM pod out. I'm just going to get one of them out. Yeah. I'm going to put it over here. And stand it here. Okay. If there's a spirit here, come towards this box. The sounds of walking everywhere. What, was that you? Yeah. Bloody hell, scaring us to death. Oh. Mark's already scaring us.
I can't help it if I hiccup.
The sounds of like moving. Gonna do an EVP and I've got the REM pod there, alright? Is that you moving?
Yeah.
Right, stay still and I'm gonna do an EVP, alright? And we're gonna... Because you see, that's the thing, I can turn around and I know when it's you moving.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was the sheep, but they're not there.
No. But you see, the way that was, like, the way that was, the footsteps were, it's not even anywhere near that wall. It's like in the actual churchyard itself.
Dot's going, so we'll say goodnight to Dot.
Night, Dot.
Right, we'll do an EVP. If that's you following us around, making those noises, come speak to us. What's your name? Are you a monk? Did you used to come pilgrimage to here?
If that's you following us around, making those noises, come speak to us. What's your name? Are you a monk? Did you used to come pilgrimage to here?
Just feeling really uncomfortable. It's hard to get anything on the EVP, guys, because the sheep quite loud. Spirit, if you're here, come towards that black box. My camera's just gone out of focus. Come towards that black box, just there. I think it's starting to rain.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Come towards that black box, it's your last chance. I'm going to put it away just because it's about to start raining. And I think we should walk back over the field. Because, I mean, at this moment in time, it's about to be 11 o'clock. I think we should do one final walk over the field. And then we'll tune off. But what I'm going to say is we're going to come back with a bigger torch. Say a bigger torch. I'm gonna have to test the torch out. But we're definitely going to have to come back because this place, we're getting a lot of activity, but it's really hard to show you the activity because it's all happening. And it's like, we're going to have to listen back. Can anybody, have you all heard, like, the footsteps? Comment if you've heard any footsteps tonight. yeah. Yeah, other people are saying they've heard the footsteps. Mark, can you come get this live so I can put everything back, and then we'll walk back over the field. We'll see if we can get anything just by shouting out. We'll not get any of the equipment. We'll just shout out and go over the field on the way back.
We're too old for this.
Other people are saying they haven't heard the footsteps.
Yeah.
Hold this.
It's the running and the footsteps, and I can't.
Because, I mean, I've been hearing it all night. It's
Yeah.
not as if it's like once or twice. It's been the case if I've heard it on off all night.
Yeah, it's starting to rain. I can see the spots.
Yeah, we'll do one final call out. We'll go back over.
Andrew said it's been brilliant. Thanking us. No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's been great. I'll take that one.
Chucked me hand in the mud. Thanks.
Lovely.
I've got the EVP in my back pocket.
Okay.
Is the sound not coming from the church itself? I don't think the sound has been coming from the church, because it sounded like, so it's hard to show you because it's pitch black, but like at the end of the barrier from the church, it felt like I've had loads of sounds, but it could be the case that it's echoing and it's actually from the church. It could have been from anything.
I'm honest though, a lot of the footsteps were over there, and then when you went over there, I heard them over there. So it's like.
But yeah, guys, yous are seeing exactly what we can see. It's pitch black on the live. It's pitch black for us. I mean, you might have... Yeah, Mark's just nearly fallen over, I think. It's just odd. This place is just odd. I mean, there was... Because we were going to do a part 2, and we were going to go somewhere else, but... We're going to keep that for another time. We'll definitely be back, because I think just this whole place is atmospheric. Yeah, Barbara, it's definitely a lovely atmospheric site. Thanks so much for all your lovely comments as well. It's really nice to see. We'll just do a call out in the middle of the field. Do you know what? I'm gonna need to even try and find my way back. Like I can't even see where I'm going. I can see my car. Stand here and we'll see if we can just get any response just from calling out. If there's any spirits here, come towards us. Make yourself known. There's a lot of cars passing, so... Yeah, it's really uneven ground. Don't know whether I can show you. I'll show you the ground. It's like... You'll not see how uneven it... Ooh. I can't see how uneven it is. And we're literally walking towards what we can sort of see. It's the car, but not 100% sure, guys. We'll be back, but with better lighting. Spirits, we're leaving now. Yeah, we'll come back because this location, I just think we've got a lot of stuff. Like, usually I turn up places and I think, I'm not sure, but I've definitely heard footsteps. And it's more annoying that it's not been picked up on the live. But, you wouldn't necessarily pick it up because it's what we're hearing. And I know things don't often get picked up on. I'm going to have to listen to that EVP back again. I'll get it on my... that whistle was weird because it makes no sense to it. Yeah. I'm going to get that on my laptop and I'll put it in the group. There isn't anybody in the field to be whistling. The only thing is the sheep, and sheep don't make noises like that.
But the weird thing was, it actually sounded a bit like an EV, like one of your REM pods, but it was in a totally different location to where your REM pod was.
Yeah. Right, guys, I think we're nearly at the gate. I hope Mark has a bit more luck opening it than I did. Yeah, James is like, hopefully you get the gate open first time this time. At least we can see the gate now. Well, before I could see it perfectly fine. I'll read the end bit on the sign before we cut the live, because there was a bit about Bamborough as well. I might have left the gate a little bit open, maybe not, I don't know. Oh, I left it open, didn't I? Don't call us docile. Right, so it says on the sign. Yeah, was that not you? I thought you'd stepped on a twig or something.
Oh, hang on a minute, there's one there. I swear to you, it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was on my foot though.
I think Mark might have stepped on a twig. But it didn't feel like you stepped on a twig, but there's a twig there. Yeah, so St Oswalds Way is a long-distance walking route exploring some of the finest landscapes and fascinating history in Northumberland. The route links some of the places associated with St Oswald, the King of Northumbria in the early 7th century, who played a major part in bringing Christianity to his people. St Oswald's Way follows the stunning Northumberland coast before heading inland to Heavenfield battle site and Hadrian's Wall in the south, distance 97 miles. But yeah, there's Lindisfarne, there's Dunstanburgh, Bamborough, lots of different things. But there's... Oh yeah, it is losing focus again. But thank you all for watching anyway. I'm going to say goodnight and we'll both say goodnight.
See you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm more concerned with how I'm going to pull my car out and turn it that way. But that'll be like that. But thanks for all of your support. Thanks for all for tuning in, and we will definitely come back here with better lighting, and we'll see you all next time. And I'll see you on Wednesday. I'm going to do a little recap live, and if Mark's free, he'll be on there. Mark says he'll be on, so we'll do a little recap live on Wednesday about 8:30, and we'll see you for now, and we'll be live. Remember, next week on Saturday we'll be live. It might not be at night time, it might actually be during the day next Saturday. I've got to watch we don't get run over. It'll be live during the day next Saturday, so tune in next Saturday, and we'll see you all soon. Goodbye, good night, and have a lovely Saturday.